In a high-pressure environment, conflict is inevitable. Most people handle conflict through emotional reactivity. They attack the person, they assign blame, and they create a cycle of defensiveness that destroys the machine's efficiency. This is a low-resolution approach to problem solving. In the 1% mindset, we don't fix people, we fix systems. Today, we install the architect's protocol for conflict resolution. The first principle of the protocol is the depersonalization filter. When an error occurs, whether it's a missed deadline, a communication breakdown, or a breach of trust, your first move is to separate the human node from the technical error. Instead of asking who messed up, you ask what part of the process allowed this error to happen. By removing the person from the crosshairs, you lower their defensive shields, allowing both parties to look at the data objectively. You are not fighting your ally, you are both fighting the system glitch. Next, we address root cause analysis. Most conflicts are symptoms, not the disease. If a partner is consistently late, the problem isn't their laziness. The problem is a scheduling protocol failure or a priority alignment error. The 1% use the 5 whys method to drill down into the structural level of the conflict. You don't just patch the leak, you replace the pipe. When you resolve a conflict at the system level, you ensure that it never reoccurs. You are building anti-fragile relationships that get stronger with every repair. Then there is the feedback loop calibration. Conflict is often the result of information asymmetry. One person has data that the other lacks. The architect's protocol requires a post-incident audit. You sit down with the other node and map out the event timeline. Where did the signal get lost? Was it a protocol ambiguity? Was it a medium mismatch? By identifying the specific point of failure in the communication architecture, you can install a new verification step to prevent future heat. The psychology of the 1% in this domain is clinical neutrality. You don't need to be right, you need the system to work. If you spend your energy winning the argument, you are losing the war for momentum. The architect is willing to take the functional loss of admitting a personal error if it leads to a structural win for the alliance. You prioritize operational integrity over ego preservation. To execute conflict resolution as an architect, follow the repair protocol. First, call a system pause to stop the emotional escalation. Second, define the discrepancy, the gap between the expected output and the actual result. Third, propose a structural patch. Instead of saying you need to be more careful, say, we need to add a double check to this specific phase of the workflow. This transforms a criticism into a system upgrade. Conflict is simply data that your current architecture is insufficient for the current load. Don't fear the friction, use it as a diagnostic tool. When you stop fixing people and start fixing systems, you build a network that is capable of handling infinite scale. Audit the error, trace the root, repair the architecture. The machine requires maintenance to run forever. If you are ready to stop the drama and start mastering the logic of high-performance conflict resolution, subscribe. The Relational Architecture series is almost complete. We will see you in the next deep dive. Logo.